Guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about why your physique literally determines your options based on the brutal shit that I saw at the nightclubs every day when I was working as a bouncer, okay? Point number one, your physique determines whether or not a woman even notices you, okay? I call this visibility, right? Whether or not she even notices you. I would see this every night at the club, right? A guy walks in who's in shape, nice V-taper, broad shoulders, lean. Women would already start glancing. Women would already turn their heads as he walked by. Women would start smiling. Not to mention the fact that he's setting himself apart from the rest of the dudes in there, because most of the guys in the clubs weren't even in shape, okay? Right? Fat guy walks in, nobody even notices he's fucking there. Invisible completely, right? To the point where you'll see that most of the people who buy sections and bottles in the clubs are usually fat. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about New York because I'm from New York. So most dudes in bottle sections in New York, they're fat because that's the only way they would ever be able to get attention. Because if not, no women would even look at them. See what I'm saying? And guys, like, this is what I call the glance test, right? A woman has to be able to look at you for 3 seconds and she got to be able to tell that you got your shit together, right? And yeah, clothes are important. Haircut is important. Like, I just got mine. But guys, physique is more than 50% of that. Okay, because if you got good clothes but you're out of shape, you're not moving nothing, bro. You're not moving the needle, right? So physique is like 50% or more of the entire package, right? And I actually experienced this myself because the first physique transformation that I did it while working as a bouncer. Okay, so I was around 245, 250 pounds, 6'2", right? So I had lifted for a few years. I gotten bulky, the big bulky muscle that the guys think is attractive, right? I went all the way down to 195, okay? I had all the guys telling me, bro, you're looking skinny, right? The security boss who was like 280 pounds, 6'4", thinking he's some hot shit, was talking shit to me. Meanwhile, I was drowning in fucking pussy, bro. Dude, I would get like one girl coming up to me every night when I was around 250 pounds, right? I would have like one, maybe 2 chicks every night coming up to me, right? When I got lean, bro, it was like 5 to fucking 10. Now, I'm not saying they were all 10s, right? But it was 5 to 10 females every single night coming up to me, bro. Once I got lean. So it literally like 3 to 4x my options right off the bat without me even opening my mouth, as I'm going to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So guys, that's it right there. You know, women biologically have an innate attraction to wide shoulder to waist ratio. And they've proven this shit in science, right? I think your shoulders have to be times 1.6 to your waist. So when they see that V-taper, they see the dude lean, they're innately biologically attracted to that shit. And if you're out of shape, your woman's gonna be looking at the dude. And I would see this all the time. Girls that had their man with them, when I was walking in, would literally look at me. And that shit cemented in my brain, like, yo, if I'm with a chick, I better be in goddamn shape to make sure she's looking at fucking me and not checking out other niggas. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first point. Second point, your physique signals your value before you even open your mouth, okay? And it gives you social leverage, but not just with women, with everybody, okay? And this is something I also saw, right? So I experienced this myself as well. So like when I would go out clubbing, let's say I'm walking around and I step on somebody's shoe, like they would apologize to me. They'd be like, yo, bro, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Or I had guys coming up to me, starting conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, you look good, this and that. And when that's going on, guys, when guys are giving you respect, women are noticing that. You know what I'm saying? Women are noticing that. You know what I'm saying? And when women notice that, more women start to notice that. Because women like what other women like I'm going to talk about later. So that just creates like a pre-selection effect where you're walking into places, guys are talking to you, you know what I'm saying? You might go in there solo, but you're already striking up conversations, friendly conversations. Guys are coming up to you, they're giving you respect. Women start to notice that, and that creates a pre-selection snowball effect, right? The social status effect, right? A lot of DJs in clubs would get a lot of pussy just because the DJs know a lot of people. They had social status, right? But you're able to mimic that if you're in shape and lean, because guys are going to start striking up conversations. You're going to be able to get more respect, right? Guys are going to give you more space. Women are going to see like, yo, everybody's like talking to this guy. They're respecting him. Like, what's up with this dude? You know what I'm saying? And that was a big thing. Like, even as a bouncer, right? When I would see a guy who was more leaner, more in shape, like, he would strike up a conversation with me and I would strike up a conversation with him, right? Or when I was just clubbing, right? You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing. I would strike up conversation with the bouncers, and sometimes the bouncers would try to be on a power trip because they see a guy who's in shape and they start hating on him, right? But since I was very like gentleman-like and very smooth, they would always give me my instant respect, and that's building social status right off the bat. So like being in shape, your physique determines your options because it gives you social leverage, bro, over everything and over everybody, right? And that just creates that pre-selection effect, okay? So the third point that I want to make is when you do have those options, the way that women treat you is night and day difference. Okay, and I'm here to tell you guys this, man. Women have way more options than men, right? A woman can just walk into a club and she'll have 3 to 4 dudes walking up to her, even if she's fucking ugly. Whereas a guy can walk into a club and he wouldn't have a single woman walking up to him, right? Guys, that gives women all the leverage in relationships. Okay, this is why your woman probably treats you like shit. This is why women take you for granted. You know what I'm saying? Because they have other fucking options. So as a man, you have to have options in this dating market, because when you do, that's when everything fucking changes. And I'm gonna tell you guys a couple stories about how I experienced this at the club. So the first one is gonna be when I broke up with one of my exes at the time. Right, I had found out she was talking to a dude. She was in a car with me. I took her phone. She fought me over it. I think like she like scratched my shit, and I saw a dude had sent her a picture, and she was making some comments. Right, you guys know how these New York women be. They move fast, man. So I saw that shit. You know what I'm saying? I told her to kick rocks, and next thing you know, she pulled up to the club like 1 or 2 days later. Now mind you guys, like this, I was really attracted to this chick. Right, I really like this chick. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw her pull up, in my head, I was like, yo, fuck this bitch, right? I was a little salty, right? Because it was so recent. And there was a chick at the club during the time who was talking to me a little bit, right? I move fast too. You feel what I'm saying? So we had been talking, and later on in that night, I actually started making out with that other chick, right? So that other chick was talking. She pulled up too. I was making out with her in front of the girl's bathroom. And without me realizing it, my ex literally walked right past us both, right? So my ex walked past us, watching me make out with another chick in front of her, and we had just broken up 2 days ago, right? So my immature little ass, I was like, oh fuck, she saw me making out with her, she's gonna think I'm a player, and like she's gonna like hate me and shit, because I still low-key like had feelings for this chick, right? So I was actually like somewhat anxious, right? Guys, come to find out, when I left home that night, my phone was getting blown up like with 20 to 30 missed calls. 20 to 30 missed calls from this chick, right? My ex, who was salty as hell because she saw me making out with another chick. And guess what? Next thing you know, we was having the craziest sex ever, right? So when she realized I had other options and she saw that shit, it changed the way that she was treating me. It changed her desire for me to the point where I had all the leverage back in the situation, right? And I ended up just playing and fucking fooling around with her and shit, right? So that was one time when I realized, holy fuck, yo, when I have options, and when other women see that I have options, they treat me completely different. You know what I'm saying? When a woman sees that you have options, she can go from not being interested in you at all to being interested in you completely. Like, you can take a woman who you never even had a chance with, to now actually like fucking this chick. You know what I'm saying? And that's why physique is so powerful, bro. That is why physique is the biggest return on investment when it comes to dating. You can do all the lines, you can do all the corny pickup lines, you can do everything, game, you can know game, but having the physique is gonna give you such a big head start. You know what I'm saying? Another story scenario that comes to mind is, there was this Dominican chick that I was talking to, like she was like 4'11", maybe 110, 105 pounds, dark skin, cute little thing, man. You know what I'm saying? She could dance real nice, she could move it. So we had danced a couple times while I was on the clock, and that same night, like she grabbed me aside and she was like, yo, like, you don't realize. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you don't realize that like you turn heads everywhere you walk and all these women are crazy for you. You know what I'm saying? And when she said that, I was like, damn, yo, she's peeping, other bitches check me out, and that's why she's on me like this. You know what I'm saying? So like, women notice when other women are noticing you, and that's what they like. And the more that happens, the more options you get, because it creates a snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? And she was digging that shit hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Another story that comes to mind, and I'll try not to rant on too many stories, was there were these two friends who walked in the club one time, right? And one of them was Peruvian. I don't know if I should say her name or not. It starts with an I, okay? And then the other girl's name was let me just say it starts with a T. She was a Mexican. So it was a Mexican, cute as fuck. Like, I would say she's a 9. And the Peruvian friend, they were both 9s, like straight up. You know what I'm saying? Cute little things. They walked in a club, right? Next thing you know, I make eye contact with the Peruvian chick, you know what I'm saying? She starts like feeling up on me and shit, giving me the eyes. So I start dancing with her. 3 minutes later, I take her outside and I start making out with her and shit, right? Now, here's the thing. Her friend is actually following us. So her friend is watching me make out with her friend, right? And in my head, I'm like, damn, yo, she's seeing me mac, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of like the other one because the other one was a little taller and had like more boobs and ass. This one was more petite, but they were both still bad. So in my head, I was like, man, I lost my shot with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's, fuck it, whatever. And then next thing you know, I got her number, started texting her. The Peruvian chick doesn't respond to me. She kind of like leaves me on red or whatever. So I'm like, damn, yo, I got the lesser of the two, and I didn't even close the deal, right? So come to find out, I see the Mexican chick come alone the next week. And I'm like, oh, shit. Here's my chance, right? So she started striking up conversation with me. She starts like flirting with me straight out. And I was actually surprised. I was like, yo, she saw me making out with her friend. Like, now she's over here like spitting game to me, right? And bottom line, I got her number, went out with her for a couple times. That's it. We're just gonna leave it there, right? So bottom line, like, yo, when women see you macking, when women see you that you have other options, it changes the game, bro. It changes the fucking game. So I'm here to tell you this, man. Every person watching this video, if you're in a relationship or you're single, the best thing that you can do as a man is have options, right? Because the last thing you want to do is be in a relationship with a bitch who treats you like shit, disrespects you, and the only reason you stay there is because you have no fucking options. Meanwhile, her DMs are flooded with 10 niggas, right? She has a bunch of options. Whatever day she chooses to step outside, but you got out of shape, you got comfortable, right? Now you're fat with no options, stuck with a disrespectful ass bitch. Or even if you're single, right? Or you want to have a roster if that's what you're into, right? But bottom line, your physique is a big part. I'm not saying it's the only thing, but it is a big part. It's going to get your foot in the door. It's going to make the dating game a lot easier, especially in situations like clubs. You know what I'm saying? Even in situations like social media. If you post a picture, shredded abs, when I got my abs for the first time shredded, bro, my DMs were actually popping, right? Before I would post pictures of myself thinking that I was shredded, but I really wasn't, right? And I was wondering like, yo, why do these chicks not like my stories or don't slide in my DMs? It's because I wasn't really shredded. But when I really got shredded, everything changed the game. So physique is a huge part, man. So that's my bouncer stories, man. I know you guys like that shit. We made several videos on the topic. Let me know what you guys thought. But bro, look, I'm gonna put you guys on some game before I leave. If you have a chick that you really like, or you really want to get some leverage with her, right? You wanna like bag her. You wanna get her. Allow her to see you macking on other chicks. Do it in front of her. She has to see it visually. It can't be you telling her or her thinking. No, she has to see it for herself. When she sees other chicks looking at you, feeling up on you, dancing you, making out, that's gonna change the game completely, bro. That's gonna change the game completely. Because women like what other women like. Women are like groupies. They might not find a dude attractive, but just because the other women like him, they're gonna like him even more. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a fact. So I'm a fitness coach, by the way. I'm not a dating coach, but I do make these videos just to show guys, yo, physique really does fucking matter out here. You know what I'm saying? But guys, that was the video. Let me know what you guys thought. Southpaw Huncho checking out. Peace.